think for companies that get it right, it's going to be quite seamless. So it'll actually impact on the experience in a much greater way. So I believe we're moving to an environment of hyper-personalisation. And I talk about now, we're really at the start of this third economic cycle of employer branding, okay? Where companies have a lot more knowledge about employer branding, they've trialled a few different things. So we're going to see a lot more case studies around the strategic level. I'm publishing a 4-part series on case studies. We're up to number 3, which will be published this year. So there'll be 75 case studies in the market. Now, 10 years ago, there were very few case studies. So companies are learning from other companies and also from thought leadership. So companies that are trialling AI right now are using it on those sort of high volume tasks, such as people wanting to find out about the job. They're asking questions through Facebook, and chatbots are responding. But at the same time, there's an option to talk to a human if they want. Where it can fall down, and I've experienced this myself, is that if you ask for the human and the human ain't there, so that means that it's fallen down. So what that could mean is that the person's first experience with AI is negative, and that's the last thing you want. You want people to be saying, wow, this company's using, and the average consumer or candidate or employee doesn't call it AI, they'll just say it's the experience, I'm trying to get a question. So companies like Marriott Hotels have got a really good function around this, and it learns each time there's a question asked, the machine gets better at understanding it. So I think what we'll see is that the personal approach will never leave us, but the ability to pre-qualify, especially for large companies that are getting 2 to 3 million applications a year. They need a process that's good for the company, but also for the applicant. Because even if there's 2 million people applying, they still feel like they need a reply and needed to be treated with respect. And companies like Virgin Media found out what the £4 million it was costing them on bad candidate experience because they were taking their subscription and leaving. They turned that around, and it's actually now working for them. So they're using the process, and they've automated some of those processes, but we're at the very early stages of this. But I think it'll become, as I said, seamless. Candidates will know where they're at. Employees will know who to talk to inside the organisation. Where do I source that information with, especially for larger type of organisations? And I think the end point will be much more efficient organisations, but they'll be much better places to work in. And people won't want to go work in the on-demand economy if the environment within inside is quite strong. So the companies that don't get it right, I just see lots of turnover. And poor negative word of mouth spread, which is going to make it even harder for them to attract talent. They'll attract them, but they won't be in the top 3 mindset of talent. So they're not necessarily going to get the best skills, not the best person, but the best skills, because we already have a lot of people that are in the wrong jobs. So this is not about people's qualities or whatever. It's about what are the resources that we need to be able to innovate and grow this company that aligns with its mission, vision and values and things like that. So the AI, the technology will help us match people a lot better. We don't have a talent crisis, we've got a matching crisis. There's 7 billion people on the planet. There's plenty enough people to do the work that we need. And if you can't find the right person, you've got to innovate your business model. And that's potentially where some of this AI will come in. But Accenture, they have 300 staff here in Dublin, down at the dock, working on AI solutions for clients and for their own company to actually improve the employment experience and customer experience. So it's a pretty exciting time.